I'm Polly, also known as Polygon Illustration. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and hello if you are returning. So for this video, I have been very kindly sent these markers from Chalkola. These are chalk markers and they can be used on lots of different surfaces, so I am going to be using them to paint on glass. I'm going to be testing out and reviewing the markers for the first time ever, and at the end of this video there is going to be a giveaway, so if you would like to win your own set of markers, wait to the end of this video and I'll explain how you can enter there. So I've bought these frames. I really like how they're kind of these box frames. I think they're going to be really great to create a piece of art, and you'll also be able to get like the shadow behind on the piece behind the frame, behind the glass. So I'm actually going to try and make it into a bit more of an art piece than just an illustration, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean when I get into the video. These square frames I've bought are perfect for what I want to achieve though, so let's go and get started. Chalkola sent me their set of 30 chalk markers and their 10 set of finer chalk markers. So I am going to be trying these out for the video for you today. I think that these are a great set. When I opened them up, there's actually a lot of colour choices in there. I do, however, have a couple of issues with one little thing, which I am going to explain later, but it's not a huge deal, it's just kind of annoying. So let's go and look at what the pens look like. So as you can see here, there is a really nice range of colours. I feel like maybe a couple of the thin ones might be a little bit too neon for me, but that's just my taste personally, but they will really show up against black chalk backgrounds. I really like the colours that are in this 30 set. I think there is a good mix in there, but it would be nice to have some skin colours in there too. But otherwise I really like them. As you can see, the nibs are quite similar to Posca pens, where you have to shake them and push out the ink to get them out. And the thinner fine liners are really thin, and as you can see here, they look really pointy. However, when I did start using them, that did kind of go very quickly because you have to press down to get the ink, and that does kind of destroy the tip a little bit. But they are still very fine, and you do get a nice point with them anyway. So I decided to start by taking the frame apart. I am going to be doing it on the smaller frame first, just because I want to test out and see how the markers work, and kind of experiment before I go on to do a bigger piece. As Animal Crossing is coming out soon, I'm doing some Animal Crossing fan art. So I sketched out my drawing on my iPad and I printed it out, and I'm actually going to use it behind the glass, so I'm just taping it in place so it doesn't move while I'm drawing over the top of it. So while I was picking out what kind of brown pen I wanted to use for the tree trunk, I realised that two of the colours are very similar. Brick Red and Cigar are very, very similar. You can't tell the difference really at all. And then when you look at the two pens, they're pretty much identical. I really couldn't tell the difference between them. There's no variation whatsoever, so I didn't really know which marker was which is kind of frustrating because they don't actually have the names on the pens either, which is kind of annoying, especially coming from someone who is used to using Copic markers a lot. They're definitely my favourite marker, and they aren't all labelled and numbered very clearly, so it's easy to know which marker you're using. Like I said earlier, these are like Posca pens, so you have to shake them and press down hard to get the ink out. This is kind of annoying as it does take a long time. However, I do like the fact that they're not individually wrapped like Posca pens are, so they don't take as long to set up. When I tested out the two brown colours, you could kind of tell a difference. It's really not obvious on paper. You really can't really see which one's different. They do look the same, but there is a tiny slight difference there if you look really close. I do think it's a shame that they're so similar though. I really wanted to test how well these pens can blend, and I feel like they definitely can blend well. I did use a cotton bud to try that out. However, in the end, I kind of did end up ditching that, and I decided not to use it as well. As you can see here, that I am putting the colours down and kind of dotting them and then kind of blurring them and smudging them together just with the marker itself. I did find this technique worked really well, and I felt like the cotton buds kind of took off the colour more than I would have liked it to, so I found this method a lot easier for me to use. but I did try it out at the beginning. So you can see here that this green color is quite neon, which isn't really what I wanted to go for this tree. So I did blend in some darker greens and some more yellowy green, and I found that really easy to do and it wasn't too much work. I did actually use a scrap piece of paper to kind of help me blend the colors together a little bit too. The paint really sat on top of the paper, so I could kind of use it as a sort of palette to dip my pens in to kind of get like lighter or darker colours to help them blend together a little bit more. Blending isn't quite as easy as it is with like Copier markers or something, but it is definitely possible, and I do really like the kind of colours and effects you can get from it. And painting on glass is really nice. It's just such a nice smooth texture, and it's a lot nicer to work on, I feel, than like a canvas or a sketchbook would be. I'm just not sure if I'd want to stick to using painting on glass all the time. Maybe I should try out using these pens on some other material at some point, if you guys would like to see me do that. I have seen some people use them to paint with, so they've just put the pens directly on a palette and then used water to blend them. So I could give that a go at some point if you guys would like to see more videos like that. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see that in future. So you can see here that the illustration of the tree is really coming together. I did use a black marker pen to go around the outline of the tree just to make it really pop and stand out. One of the things I realized when I was doing this is that the paint actually comes off really easily. Like, you can just wipe it off, and if you make a mistake before it dries, you can just take it off, and it's no problem. It doesn't stick, it doesn't stain the glass. It's really easy to wipe off. You just need a little bit of water, and to be honest, you can probably even do it without water, really. It's that easy to remove, and I really like that. Though once it dries, it is stuck there, and it's not easy to remove. I really like the range of colours that Chalkola have given me. They're such nice colours and they do work really well together, and you can definitely blend with the colours available. I feel like with some sets that you get from other marker sets, some of the colours they give you are a little bit questionable because they don't really blend that well with other pens, but these definitely work well together. Once I was happy with my painting, I took my sketch off the glass, and I kind of put my hand behind just to see if I'd missed any patches, which I hadn't done. So then it was time to do the background. So for this, I took the background sheet that just came with the frame and I coloured it in using the green marker, and I added in some green triangles because I wanted to keep the Animal Crossing tree theme. I'm so excited for New Horizons to come out. There's only a few weeks left and then we'll get the game. I actually ordered the Animal Crossing Switch because I don't own a Switch, and I thought that console was super cute, and I had to get it. So this is what it looked like once I had finished painting the tree. I'm really happy with how it came out, especially for my first attempt at using these markers and for drawing on glass. So here's Isabel with the tree. So for this next piece, I am doing it on a bigger frame. I have drawn a little deer out and I have stuck that behind the glass again, like I did previously. And I am just colouring it in flat with the brown markers at first, and I'm kind of just getting like the bigger areas done and out of the way. And then I kind of go in with my yellows and browns and I blend them together again using my scrap piece of paper to make them like different colours. This is just because it's quite difficult to mix the colours any other way. I mean, I feel like I could probably get another glass piece and mix the colours that way on a piece of glass instead of on paper, but I didn't have any more glass on hand, and I just thought it'd be easier just to keep using the paper instead of going out and buying some more glass. I really like how the blending came out on this piece, though. It is kind of tricky to get the colours, but you can get them to work if you really want them to. As you can see here, like the yellow spots are quite bright, but then later on I managed to fade them down by putting in a bit of white in the colour, but they still kind of kept that yellow look there too. I didn't really want them to be white because deer spots aren't straight up white, so I let the yellow dry a little bit before I went in and added in some lighter colours to really make them kind of stand out and look like actual spots that deers would have. Don't forget that at the end of this video I am doing a giveaway where you can win your own set of these markers so you can test them out for yourself and see how you would use them. There's lots of different things you can use these pens with. You don't just have to use them with glass, you can use them on loads of different materials. You can use them on ceramic, you can use them on paper if you mix it with water like I mentioned earlier, which I'd really like to try at some point. Obviously they work great on chalkboards as well. They basically work on all non-porous surfaces, so there's lots of different things you can use them with. Painting on the glass was really relaxing. I usually don't paint on surfaces this smooth, and that was really nice and a big change from my normal like sketchbook or records or denim jackets that I usually paint on, and I really liked how it felt using these markers on these smoother surfaces. When I was doing this background, I was kind of stuck for ideas. I didn't really know what I wanted to do for it, but I thought that obviously a forest would work best as it is a deer, so I kind of came up with this forest. As you can see here, I am putting down purple just because I thought that might be interesting to add some shadows in, but really I don't think it worked that well, and I ended up going over most of it with the green marker anyway. And I did struggle to think of a background colour to use behind the trees, and in the end I thought I'd stick with this green, which I really like how it did come out in the end. I then went over the top of the trees and added in some extra bits of detail using a biro just to make the deer really stand out against the background. And I did work in some shading there as well with the biro to make the deer stand out again, just because I felt like she blended in with the background a little bit too much at first. But this is what it looks like now it's done. I am really happy with this piece. I really like how it looks against the background and the 3D look this frame gives the piece. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I had a lot of fun doing this video. It's really nice trying out using materials on a different surface that I wouldn't usually use. So now for the giveaway. If you guys would like to win your own set of Chalkola markers, all you need to do is give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for my channel, and head over to Chalkola's channel and subscribe to them too. And leave a comment below telling me what you want to draw with your markers if you win. I hope you enter, as I really like the pens and I think they're definitely a good art supply that you should try out if you've got the chance. You can use them on lots of different materials, not just glass. You can use them on plastic, you could use them on wood, you can use them on actual chalkboards. There's lots of different things you could use them with. Chalkola have also been super kind and they have given me a 10% discount code for you guys to use. I have put that down below in the description if you want to go and buy something from them. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enter the giveaway. If you like this video and you haven't given it a like already, please hit the like button as it will really help me out. My social media accounts are also linked down below, so please go and check them out. I post on there every time I have a new video, and I share art that you might not even see on this channel, so I definitely recommend checking that out if you want to see more from me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!